Nathan, U.S. President Donald Trump, we all remember, was there last year with his fiery speeches. It was his first UNGA gathering since taking office, and now his second one. And the tone we expect is going to be a bit different.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it was a very, very difficult year for diplomacy here at the United Nations last year, ASEA. It's going to be also a very difficult year. You know, sometimes the subjects remain the same, but the countries change. Let's take a listen.
Rocket Man.
What a difference a year makes. The US and the DPRK were threatening nuclear war. Now they're re-engaged in a fragile but yet real diplomatic process. And in New York, South Korea's president briefed Trump on his recent Pyongyang summit with the DPRK leader Kim Jong-un, saying Kim had a special message for Trump.
Chairman Kim also repeatedly conveyed his unwavering trust and expectations for you, while expressing his hope to meet you soon to swiftly conclude the denuclearization process with you, because you are, indeed, the only person who can solve this problem.
While a second summit between the DPRK and US leaders is being planned, Trump's diplomatic team is skeptical that Pyongyang is ready to disarm. The US Secretary of State said the maximum pressure campaign of sanctions and diplomatic isolation will continue until the DPRK denuclearizes.
We expect the full, complete, verified denuclearization of North Korea, and until such time as that occurs, the economic sanctions, the sanctions put in place by the United Nations Security Council, will remain in place.
South Korea and others in the region, including China, prefer a more incremental approach, offering concessions as Pyongyang moves towards denuclearization. This approach, already adopted between the two Koreas, has already led to a significant decrease in tensions. And ASEA, what's really interesting about this UNGA compared to last year is you remember the rhetoric leveled at Pyongyang. Well, that now is leading to potentially a nuclear deal between the US and Pyongyang, while they've abandoned a nuclear deal with Iran. So the rhetoric leveled at Kim Jong-un last year could be replaced by the similar rhetoric leveled at the Iranians this year. We'll have to wait and see for the US president's speech coming within the next 24 hours.
And I understand Iran's top diplomat is meeting with China's top diplomat and other signatories to that nuclear agreement. What more, Nathan, can you tell us about that?
Yeah, absolutely. Just a short while ago, we got video of what's happening here behind me now. And remember that because the US has pulled out of the Iran nuclear deal, they are no longer party to those discussions. So the meeting was called P4+1. That is the permanent 4 members of the Security Council, minus the United States, with Germany meeting with Iran about going forward with this deal. And the symbolism of this meeting going on behind me suggests that the people who signed on to this, apart from Washington, want it to continue, and it is a show to the United States that no matter what the US president says or does in the next 24 to 48 hours, they are working behind the scenes to make sure that this deal stays. The big problem, however, is the US has said, look, we're reimposing sanctions. We want Iran to stop exporting oil by November the 4th. We will essentially potentially punish our allies in Europe and beyond if that happens. This shows a semi-united front against that policy here at the United Nations tonight, ASEA.